Greetings and welcome back to Around the Clock. Yes, as you can see in the title of this video, this Nintendo generation is weak. Now, this statement comes from the US military in a recent article found on Vice.com. As you can see here, the title goes as this: Pentagon says Nintendo generation has weak skeletons. A military press release announced that Gen Z may be at risk for more injuries in boot camp. Now, I'm not going to read this entire article. If you want to, the source link is in the description box, but there is a small portion of this article that explains what's going on, and here it is. The article titled "Why Today's Gen Z is at Risk for Boot Camp Injuries" interviewed Army Major John Mark Thibodeau, a clinical coordinator in charge of medical readiness at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri. When asked about the youth of today, Major Thibodeau was straightforward. The Nintendo generation soldier skeleton is not toughened by activity prior to arrival, so some of them break more easily, he said. Captain Lydia Blondin, Assistant Chief of Physical Therapy at Leonard Wood Army Community Hospital, detailed the kind of injuries she's seen in the so-called Nintendo generation. We see injuries ranging from acute fractures and falls, to tears in the ACL, to muscle strains and stress fractures, with the overwhelming majority of injuries related to overuse, she said. The rest of the press release urged those looking to join the Army to do some basic fitness prep before coming to boot camp. Not everyone in the military thinks the younger generation is soft. Retired Navy Admiral William H. McRaven, former head of Special Operations Command, once said that anyone calling millennials soft had never seen them in a firefight in Afghanistan. Now, this is a really interesting article, and I want to get something clear. When they're talking about the Nintendo generation, they're not speaking about Nintendo Switch players being soft. They're using that term Nintendo generation as a generalization of an entire generation growing up playing video games. And Nintendo is kind of at the forefront, and it's been so since the 80s, so they use that term as a generalization. Although, to be accurate in today's terms, it should be more of like a mobile, PC, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation generation because everybody's playing different things. Now, as far as what they said there about the Nintendo generation soldier skeleton not being toughened prior to activity, I kind of understand where they're coming from, and at the same time, I do disagree. I know they said they see a lot of injuries coming in, but it can't be everybody, right? Because everybody's not built the same. Everybody's different. So I would really like to see the numbers on this. And also at the same time, I can't understand where they're coming from because nobody can deny that a lot of the Gen Zers and millennials, and let's keep it clear, it's this whole society now. It's everybody for the most part. We all do a lot of activities inside now. Most of us do not go outside anymore. I know that when I was growing up, we were outside all of the time playing tag, football, basketball, all types of activities. So I don't know, man. The society has really switched, and it's not just a Gen Z or millennial thing. It's the entire society. So that's just how I see it. And we also do have some people who don't work out. They don't eat properly, and that's a problem as well. And you don't have to be overweight to be out of shape. You have some skinny people that are out of shape too. So don't get it twisted. Exercising is very important for everybody, man. If you can find the time to get it in at least 3 times a week, then you're good. And with all that being said, hey, that's just my take on it. I know a lot of people have other opinions, and sound off in the comment section. Also, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, remember to keep it locked here to Around the Clock, where here we focus on Nintendo news content around the clock. I'll catch you guys in the next one.